you for watching my channel. Please like and subscribe. And I appreciate any feedback, positive feedback. If any of my advice has helped, please let me know. That's why I do this, because things are better when we fight together. Lots to go over. How to become a credit counselor, store cards, and vision boards. Let's get on it. Find something you love to do and get paid for it. I came across on how to become a certified credit counselor. I am not currently, so all my advice is not just from, but it's actual real life experience I'm sharing. I'm going to put a link in the description on the two I found, or three, that I thought were affordable and good options. Store cards. So there seems to be two kind of philosophies, which it gets confusing. Whatever works for you. Store cards, when I was building my credit and rebuilding my credit, and in this game of life, which that's what it is, it's a chessboard, and right now I'm playing chess behind the scenes here, and I'm fighting somebody. That's why sometimes there's periods of time I'm not on here. I'm in the real world too. I'm just keeping the dream alive, and I appreciate everybody that subscribes. So, my experience with store cards. I just got approved for my Amazon store card, pre-approved. So, always check for pre-approvals first. Don't need to be dinging that, getting those hard inquiries if you can avoid it. I'm going to go list here. I had a Sally's card. I didn't like it. They gave me a decent, an okay credit limit, but I tried to use it twice, wasn't able to use it, made several phone calls, never was resolved, and then they closed it because I didn't use it. So, but Sally's was very easy for me to get approved. Now Walmart, yes, God bless America. It's a Walmart store card. But focus on what are you trying to do. Because honestly, I go through all these other credit gurus and I glean information. Everybody has something to offer. But all this get 10,000, 50,000, umpteen thousands of dollars fast. I'm sorry, but in my long experience, yes, after a few years, I have started to get some of those decent credit limits. What I consider decent. It's been a lot of baby steps, turtle, working with the energies, the yin and the yang of it all. But as of yet, now it's going to happen because I've had the boxing gloves on. I've had 2 good cards this year, but I have spent 8 straight years fighting like Hades out in the ring with the vampires and the nasty medical debt collectors, etc. Walmart, yes. Victoria's Secret and Venus store cards, they were easy to get. Difficult to use though, and really crummy limits. But when you're coming from ground zero, I'm talking ground zero, no credit, horrible credit. Hey, don't be grateful for what you can get. and manage your blessings. That's the hardest thing. I'm going to move on to something here in a minute about that. Kohl's, well, I've never been able to be approved. And Macy's, no. I haven't even tried JCPenney's yet. Target, no. And my credit score isn't atrocious anymore. So we'll see in the future. But I did get approved a very small credit limit. It's the first time that I've ever been approved by Amazon for a credit card. And it's very high. But manage it. You know, buy something for $40, $50, pay it off. And just manage it. Don't, you get these high credit limits, woo, and it's so easy and tempting to want to go to India. But you need to keep your credit utilization at 3%, 3 to 5%. Even 10% is getting, they say 30%. No, that's not, I don't know. From what I've learned, I used to work at a bank. No, they want to see very low. They want you to use it, but they want you to pay it right back. And there are those tips on when to pay it back. Personally, I haven't got to that point yet where I'm going to put the dates down. I just use it, pay it back, use it, pay it back. And I use just small amounts that I know I'm going to be able to pay right back. Even on my high credit limit cards. Because that's what they really want to see. They want to see responsible use. So, like I said, finally was approved for an Amazon card. Low credit limit, but it's the first one, so we're going to see how it goes. Costco, I've been a member for years. My credit score, is okay. I mean, it's not atrocious. One of them's good. Two of them are fair. Whatever. We'll see. I'm going to try again eventually. I've not tried the Sam's Club credit card yet. I'm in the process of waiting for some stuff to kind of get juggled around. I'm going to look into this Express next. Will be my next one I check out for not getting a hard pull. Now, I was pre-approved for the Amazon, but then I did get a hard pull, which it's a juggling game. Hard pulls, they're not great, but pre-approval makes it worth it because it's, fortunately, you have to watch it, but I'm working with the energies. Spring and summer are when I'm out there, planting the seeds, ripping the harvest. I mean, it's the time of the year to be doing it. Okay. So, I'm going to put a link to it's, it's my first book. Still has some useful information. I have I think this is really, I have a little journaling in it where you can keep track of what you've done, what you want to do, where you're at month to month. I think that's really important. Organization. It's hard when you're juggling a full-time job or even now 2 jobs. It's staying organized though is a huge mandatory part of getting this working for you. You have to dedicate time to what you want to appear. The vision board. Now we're going to the yin. I've been calling on my great-great-grandfather, and boom, he's like, don't you remember when you did that vision board? And sure enough, I did this a couple weeks ago, been meditating on it, and the doors are opening. And that's the other thing. Thinking about, you're literally, I think of it like a dam. Like there's this dam around. You got all the power and all the water, but there's this dam that you have to break through. And I think of like pennies from heaven, just the water keeps pushing and pushing at the dam. That's why I use my phone. On all these apps. I take pictures of my receipts, get points. I do surveys, even though I only have one that so far I like it. It's called PayPal. And that's when I've actually started getting dollars. The other ones you get cents. But still, boom, you are still bringing in prosperity, which builds and builds and builds. And then that dam starts to crack. And the blessings start to flow. So I did this. Thank you. With intention. Where is the money going to come from? Okay, I have a Poshmark clothing line. I can do yoga, even though I'm still deepening my practice. What do you want to do with that money? Well, I want to sell clothes. I want to do yoga. I want to go to India. Have the here and the there, the yin and the yang, have to work together. And it seems like the last few years, the energies have been tough. We're going into more Saturn, retrograde, Pluto, all kinds of retrograde energies, which working with them, it's kind of a perfect time for what I'm doing behind the scenes is focusing on what is my blockages and how to get rid of my blockages. That's, for me, yoga is a lot of things. I'm not your typical yogi. I focus a lot more on this than most yogi because my nature is to help others make their life better. And in order to do that, you have to have an anchor here. And there's certain realities to this construct that you have to learn how to play the game of life, the chess game of life. So I did this, and boom, I have gotten a huge blessing. To me, it's a huge blessing. It is a huge blessing. That's what I get frustrated about. A lot of other financial gurus on here, they're throwing out those crazy numbers, $50,000, $100,000. Well, I'm happy with $12,000. Now, to manage it. I am doing some serious juggling acts behind the scenes because the blessings come, but then you have to manage them, especially when you're in these kind of heavy energies, Saturn, Pluto, and then there's Uranus. Oh, I hate Uranus because that's where the wild card. It could be great blessings, but it could be, you don't even want to think about it, but It's better to use the turtle energy and the earth energy. Earth energy is the flower, the rose, the seed. It grows and grows and grows, and then boom! But when you're working with these energies that are going on, I mean, I look at history too. There's been, the plague, the Black Plague, famines that lasted for years. Our ancestors survived all that. So don't get discouraged. And that's the number one thing. Manage your blessings. And they do come. And they do happen. So I'm going to be putting some links in. And please let me know. I know someone did use my Tomo card link. Thank you. Please like and subscribe. Many blessings.